Forgiveness. It can be hard to forgive. There are different levels of forgiveness too, aren't there? Forgiving a mild misdemeanor, or forgiving something that where you feel you have been truly damaged by someone else's behaviour. So how can we truly forgive? First of all, I think forgiveness very much starts with compassion, and it starts with compassion for yourself. Because if you are a person who is unable to forgive, then actually you are just wounding yourself. You are carrying those things with you that you perceive as emotional heartache or physical pain, or all those pains that you perceive as horrific. If you are unable to forgive them, you're just piling them up on top of yourself, aren't you? You become like a donkey with light bags of pain stuck on your back. So forgiveness is actually a compassionate act to yourself, yeah? Because then you are free. You are free from all of these things, aren't you? You're not carrying them with you. Yeah, we meet people, don't we? We meet people. We see, you come across people who have had horrific childhoods, but as people will say, against all odds, they went on to do this, that and the other. But then you come across people who decide that these things that have happened to them have turned them into a victim, and this is the role that they are playing in life. They are the victim. I am the victim. Look at all these wounds I have that other people have caused, and I'm carrying them on my back for the rest of my life. That is a conscious choice. Yeah, that is a conscious choice to make that decision to not free yourself from that pain. Yeah? What can be helpful when we are trying to forgive is to remove the emotion away from the situation. Yeah? Okay. So for example, if you're in, I don't know, if you're at a family gathering and someone in your family, someone you're very close to, has had a few drinks and they suddenly pick on you and they start saying to the rest of the family, she's this and she's that and she did this and she did that. Yeah? You can take that really personally, can't you? Or you can just see that action for what it is. Here is someone I am very close to. Here is someone I know very well. For some reason, they feel pained in their world and they feel some anger against me. And so therefore they are going to throw words out that they feel will cause pain. Now I can choose whether to take those words and hold on to them and let them scar me, or I can just say, this person is angry, this person is pained, they have acted in this way, but I'm not a part of that. Yeah? I mean, you see, I've come across people who say, oh no, my brother isn't coming, I haven't spoken to him for 20 years. Haven't you? Why? Oh, well, 20 years ago at a party he insulted, and they get very offended, don't they? He insulted, and you can feel this sort of indignance coming off them. He insulted my husband. We haven't spoken since. Yeah. Do we want to go through life carrying all that with us? No. No. Yeah, just let it go. See it for what it is. But he cheated on me. He slept with someone else. How can I forgive him? Okay. That's not a nice thing to happen. If you're in a relationship, yeah, and being faithful to one another is very important for you in that relationship. That's a horrible thing to have to deal with. But what did he do? Yeah, he slept with another woman. That's what he did. And why did he do that? He did that for whatever reasons in his world he decided he needed to do that, whether that be he wanted more physical affection, or whether that be he felt he wasn't getting any physical affection, or whether that be he just needed to boost his ego. Yeah, but that's his world. That's his world, and he knows the reasons why he did that. But you don't need to hold on to that pain, do you? Okay, you know what? That's not acceptable in my life. Move on. Yeah? Don't hold on to it. Why are you holding on to it? It wasn't personal against you. It had nothing to do with you, really. It's what's going on in their world and the reasons why they behave the way that they do. Okay, but how can we forgive really unforgivable things? Yeah? Because I will hold my hands up to the fact that there are some things you witness and you think, that is unforgivable. You know? There are things you witness and you think, how can human beings behave like that towards each other? How can that possibly be? And that is where you have to dig very, very deeply. Yeah? You have to meditate on it to try and reconcile in your head a point where you can find some form of forgiveness. But I think to the quote from the Bible when Jesus was on the cross and he had been through horrendous torture, and he said, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. or something like that. Because people act out of unconsciousness, don't they? Yeah? If you are someone who is fortunate enough to have become enlightened, awakened spiritually in life, yeah, it's easy to find compassion, and the decisions you make come from conscious choices. Whereas so many people, their life, their actions, their words come from unconsciousness. Yes? Sorry, I've got a hair in my eye. So for me, I remember when I went through a sort of spiritual transcend, I can't even say it, when I spiritually transcended, became enlightened, that particular time, lots of things were happening in my life. And there were people who were behaving in not very nice ways. And I don't need to forgive them for that, because actually those behaviours, combined with the other things that were going on in my life, pushed me to such a point, such a low point in my life, that then I became enlightened. Yeah, I went through a spiritual awakening. So in fact, not only do I not need to forgive them for that, I don't need to forgive them, I've got nothing to forgive. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am truly grateful, because had I not been pushed to the depths of despair by outside sources, I would have never been able to reach that enlightenment. So I am truly grateful. When we learn to understand that the things in life that come in that are not good, the pain, the suffering, the unkind words, that somehow we have lessons in all of that, then we can accept, can't we? We can just accept. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you in advance for your comments, likes and subscribes. And please do let me know, do you have a person with whom you are finding it difficult to forgive? Please let me know and we can talk about it in the comments. Okay, wishing you all the very best. Bye-bye.